We are here in the neighborhood of Pecan Square, which is located in Justin, Texas, just north of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. In today's video, we will be taking you on a tour of this beautiful Highland home. So the floor plan of this house is called the Cambridge. This one sits around a little over 3,000 square feet because you can add another bedroom to this model. You can make a couple of structural changes. So this one is around 3,000 square feet, 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath. There's an entertainment room, a media room, which we'll look at that later. There's also a home office, another living room upstairs, so a very spacious home. But first, before we get to all of those things, let's take a look at my favorite area, which is the heart of the home, the kitchen and the living room. So as you can see behind me, that is the foyer, that is the front door, and that is also where the staircase is. So we'll get to that in a minute, but I wanted to show you this beautiful kitchen. A couple of things to take note of are these beautiful floors. I love the color. It's just a rich brown. It's not gray, it's not too light, not too dark. Beautiful color floors, and this is going to flow throughout the home. This home, when you walk in, is very cheerful. It is a happy home. It is light and bright because there's a lot of windows. Also like how they have all the candle lights up in the ceiling, so you're never going to be without a lot of light. But let's head over into this beautiful kitchen. So one thing you notice right away is a very large, spacious island with plenty of room on the other side to have this as your breakfast area. And then close by, you've got your refrigerator, and this is going to be built in. Your oven is going to be built in along with your microwave. And look, I'm not a very tall person, so I really like that this is at my height. Sometimes they can be a little tall, and I always just think about, you know, when you're taking that hot bowl of soup out of the microwave, but good height here, and also this is at a good level as well. So like that it's built in, it gives it a little bit more of a luxurious look. And as you're walking around in this kitchen, you'll notice a few things. This is built out, or it's built in, however way you want to say that. And that also gives the home just a little bit more of an elevated look. The cabinets do go pretty tall, not quite all the way to the ceiling, but they are pretty tall. And these glass doors right here, that's going to be a design choice. So you do have to remember, in this home, base price starts around $615 for this model. But the way this house sits, what you're seeing here is well over $800,000 to $900,000 because you do get to go to the design center and pick out a lot of things. And we'll talk about some of those things. Your countertops, your paint color, things like that. Your backsplash. I like how they did the subway tile here, but it's a little bit modern with that marble look. In this neighborhood, you are going to have a gas cooktop. It's our favorite, is to cook on gas. So this is built in, which once again gives it a nice look as well. You've got your pots and pans drawer here. Whoever thought of this is just genius, but you know what? Actually, Brandon, my husband, who's the cameraman, his grandmother's house was built in the 60s, although I think the kitchen's been remodeled. They actually have pots and pans drawers, so it's really not that new of a thing, but it is a genius idea. All right, so you just keep coming this way. You have your farmhouse sink. I always say to do your sink like this, don't put a divider unless you just have to, but it's really nice to be able to wash an actual pot in a sink that's that big. So a lot of prep space in here, a lot of cabinet space in here too. And that leads you into your dining room. And you notice right away how light and bright it is because of all of the windows. And I really like the plantation shutters here. Of course, that's gonna be a choice that you get to pick out. But I'm a big fan because when you open them, the more space you have in between the slats, the more light comes in. So I'm always a big fan of those. I think they're very, very pretty. They look custom. Plenty of space here. This table seats actually 8 if you put 2 more on the end. So plenty of space here, plenty of space to walk around. And once again, you've got more windows. And you know what I like about this floor plan as well? Yes, it is a very open floor plan, but what I like is when you're in your beautiful living room here, the kitchen is off to the side and kind of behind you. So you're not really having to look at your kitchen while you're in the living room. So I like how things are more side to side rather than stack, stack, stacked. But that's just a personal preference for me. I kind of like being alone in the kitchen when I'm cooking. I kind of like to have my own little space rather than being, you know, in the living room. So I do like this floor plan. You will notice when you walk in the living room, probably one of the first things, two things you're gonna really notice. The first thing is this beautiful fireplace that goes from floor to ceiling. If this is an option to go from floor to ceiling, do it every single time. It really adds a lot of height here. These are already very tall ceilings, but it fills the space. It looks luxurious. I really like this marble tile you have here. And then another thing you're going to notice in this space, you're going to notice these slider doors. So you're going to slide all the way open. And when you do that, it's really cold here today. Yes, this is the North Dallas area, but we've had a really big cold snap. It's been, what, in the 30s and 40s during the day and 20s at night.
Days,
yeah.
Lows in the teens.
Yeah, and it won't stay that way for long, you know, but it's cold. So I won't open this today, but this is going to be an option. If you can, always choose the slider doors, because just imagine here in North Texas, we have some amazing weather. March, April, May, September, October, November, even sometimes in December, we have really beautiful weather. So these will be open while you're entertaining or even just while you're at home. I love bringing the outdoors in. Right off the kitchen, the dining room, and the living room is going to be the master bedroom. Not only do you have sliders that take you out to the patio, but there's a door off here to the side. It's kind of the owner's own private door. So, you know, if you're just having date night on the back porch with maybe some wine and a charcuterie board, you can just come straight through this door. You don't have to go in through the living room. So I do like that there is a door here as well. But let's go into this room, because once again, you step into this room and you just think, this is happy and it is cheerful. It feels like a retreat. It's peaceful. It makes me smile. I love all the colors. So a couple of things I want to talk to you about when it comes to new construction. So the first thing is, when you are looking at new construction home, model homes, new builds, make sure that you take your realtor with you on the very first visit. A lot of the builders that we work with are very realtor friendly. Some of them not so much. So you want to make sure and take them with you on the very first visit so that you can be represented by one. Sometimes they won't let you if you don't. Also, there are incentives that come and go. And a lot of times we have to go to bat for our clients when it comes to specific things. When something goes wrong, we have literally gotten down to the minute, the hour, and saved a deal for our clients. So it's really important that you do that. Another thing when it comes to new construction is, when you do get to go to the design center like you do in this house, you're going to want to consider resale. Yes, you are buying the home for yourself. You're building it for you, but you do want to consider resale. So in this house, they have the bay window. That adds a little bit of space to this bedroom. That's going to be more desirable to more homeowners. Also, this house might not have had the option, I'm not sure, but if there is an option for bench seating here, that actually, I want to say around 70% of homeowners prefer that. So you want to make sure when you're at the design center, you're talking to them about those kinds of things. Get what you like, but also remember resale. Okay, so about this bedroom, it is spacious. You've got plenty of room for a king-size bed, which is what this is. Plenty of room over here for 2 nightstands and a dresser on this side. And here's what I like about this. So you have a barn door, which a lot of people would consider to be more of the farm style, but not here. This is going to definitely modernize it because of the color and because it's not super ornate. And then you also have this big bulky handle on it. So it's really modernized this barn door. All right, so right off the bedroom, you'll come into the bathroom, and you can see here that they've kept it, once again, light and bright in here. You're going to have your toilet room over here, and then you're going to have a linen closet in here. So plenty of storage as usual. In a Highland home, there's always going to be plenty of storage. If you have the option to do so, we suggest a freestanding tub rather than the built-in. It just looks like a beautiful piece of art, a beautiful piece of furniture, and it is more preferred. Love the standalone tub. I like here how you have your separate vanities, separate sinks, but then there's this space right here for getting ready in the morning, and that the window, the natural light is here. So you know, you can actually see yourself putting your makeup on. So I do like that.
You know
Nice.
what I also like about the tub is you've got a wall here to where your TV can hang.
Yes.
So you can sit with your wine and your cheese and just relax.
Yes, so wine and cheese in the tub. That one, the cheese, that's a new one, but I do like that. No, I am a fan of that though as well, for sure. So that way your computer isn't, you know, if you're watching Netflix or whatever in the tub, you can actually use a television. And then of course you're gonna have a good spacious walk-in closet as well. So plenty of space for your clothes and your shoes. The media room in this house is on the bottom floor. I'm a huge fan of that because once your kids move out, you can still watch a movie without having to go upstairs. I say this a lot when it comes to a 2-story home and you have another bedroom downstairs besides the master bedroom. Make that one an ensuite, and also just like they did in this bathroom, they didn't put a bathtub in this bathroom. I like that too because you never know who's going to be living with you, and a lot of times, you know, your parents are moving back in with you. So we're seeing that a lot, and it's nice that they don't have to navigate a bathtub. So you've got a bathtub in the master, the other showers are gonna have a bathtub, but for your downstairs guest room, it's always a good idea to leave that as a walk-in shower. We have a video all about Pecan Square. You're gonna wanna make sure and go back and take a look at that one. It's one of our more popular videos because this neighborhood is what's called a master planned community. So you're gonna have daily, pretty much daily events, definitely weekly events, holiday events. They've got pickleball, dog park, several pools, parks for the kids, volleyball. There's a lot that Pecan Square has to offer. There's even a co-working space. There is a place called Jackson Hall where you can just play, is it pool or is it ping pong with the
pool.
kids?
They also have a room that you could use for homeschooling. Or
yes, or kind of like a little library. There's a gym here as well. Pecan Square truly has a lot to offer, and all of that is going to be included in your HOA, but there's just so much more. We love this area. And speaking of this area, this is one of the upstairs bedrooms, by the way, that is also an ensuite with a bathtub. But speaking of this area, Pecan Square, like I mentioned earlier in the video, it is just north, really more north of Fort Worth than Dallas, but I always say Dallas, Fort Worth, but this area of North Fort Worth is really thriving and growing. There are all the amenities you could need. In fact, we just got an H-E-B that's not too far from here, which is an amazing grocery store. We've got Costco, all the restaurants you could need, but this area in particular is really growing and thriving. And what I like about this area compared to, say, the Dallas side of things like Salina and Prosper and Frisco, is that it's a little bit more affordable here. You've got the same quality builders. In fact, you have the same builders here, but it's not so jam-packed and built out yet. There's still farmland to look at when you're driving on the highway, but we love the area of Justin and North Fort Worth. Great school districts as well. You can look at niche.com or greatschools.org to look at the schools. In fact, Pecan Square has its own elementary school and is getting its own middle school as well.